area, there are two main kinds of camellias. One is Camellia sasanqua and one is Camellia japonica. I can't tell you how many clients I've come across, or just people asking me questions in general, that ask, is this a sasanqua or a Camellia? Those two things are actually the same. And so I wanted to show you what the difference between a Camellia japonica and a Camellia sasanqua is. To start off, as far as the name is concerned, Camellia is the genus name, and then the species is going to be the sasanqua or the japonica. So that's how they're written out, the capital C in Camellia, and then the lowercase j or the lowercase s in sasanqua. That's what represents the species, right? And then there's a variety after that. And there's tons and tons of varieties of camellias that exist in this world. If you live in the South, you know that. But right now I'm standing next to a Camellia japonica. And the way that it's really easy to identify a Camellia japonica from a sasanqua, if it's not blooming, which these are not right now. I know this is kind of really late in the season where they're not blooming right now, but the size of the leaves give it away every single time. A japonica has a much larger leaf. You can see here, I don't have a sasanqua side by side. We're gonna move over to one so you guys can see the difference, and I'll actually clip some leaves so I can show you the difference. But the japonica has a much larger leaf. If it's blooming, you'll be able to see that it has a much larger bloom and fewer blooms, whereas the sasanqua has smaller, more prevalent blooms. So let's move over to the sasanqua. I'm gonna take a couple little clips with me so we can show you the difference between the two. Okay, now we are next to a Camellia sasanqua. You can see how small the leaves are in comparison to the japonica. And that's not because of the size of this plant, it's strictly because of the variety of the plant that it is and the species of the plant. So a sasanqua has much smaller leaves, and the japonica right next to it, you can see the leaf color is very similar, and they both have this serration on the side, which if you get really close, a serration is like if you look at a knife and it has the little jagged edges, that's the serration. And japonica and a sasanqua both have that on them. So that's not how you can tell. It's definitely by the size of the leaf, and also the sasanqua is going to have a bunch of really small blooms on it that are going to look really prolific and really full, and the japonica is going to have fewer, much larger blooms. So you guys get educated on those japonica and sasanqua and identify what you have in your yard, because guess what? They're all camellias no matter what.